Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm in my garage. I'm going to be working on my 07 Xterra. I'm going to attempt to take down my headliner today. Not because there's anything wrong with my headliner, but last week I was doing a full paint correction on my truck and there was a lot of debris behind this wind deflector right here. So I went to go take out all 4 of these bolts, and apparently the bolts are in the roof. And anyways, these 2 came out perfectly fine. The other 2, I'm not going to say they stripped, but as I loosened them up, they basically kept spinning. And then once I lifted this up a little bit from the back, I could see that what they were actually connected into, whether if that's a bolt that is in the roof or if it's a rib nut or whatever it is, the whole thing is completely spinning with the bolt. So I don't know if it's locked in there or if there's actually bolts underneath that need to be tightened down so then that can be taken out. I haven't found any really good images online. I haven't really seen any videos of anybody taking down a headliner to see what that looks like under there. So instead of just taking this to a body shop and getting them to drop the headliner, and possibly what I thought they was going to have to do is weld something back into place. If it's just bolts that are under there that need to be tightened up and then I can take those out, I would prefer that. It's obviously going to save me a lot more money and then it just makes more sense. So if you've ever wanted to take down your Xterra headliner, or you always wanted to see what the roof looks like underneath that headliner, today's going to be the day. I don't know how long this is going to take. I've never done this before. Just keep that in mind while you watch this video, but I'm going to try to get you all the views that I can of everything that I'm taking off and taking apart to be able to get the headliner loose to get it taken down. So that's pretty much going to be it, and let's get started. All right, so first things first, we're basically going to start from the front, moving all the way back. So the driver's side, if you don't have these little prying tools, I found that they've come in handy in a lot of jobs, but there's a little piece here. You're just going to pry that up. And then pull that out there. And apparently I just broke that, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think it should go back in there just fine. Just notice there's a little tab here. Apparently it goes up like that, and then you take the screw out. All right, there's also going to be one right here, so you're going to want to take that out as well, and there'll be one more screw back there, so you can go ahead and take that, and then we'll take down the whole handle. All right, grab handle is out. Now we're going to move up here to the visor. We have at least one little tab that we're going to have to pull down there to get that out. And I think there may be one here as well. We're going to try to figure that out without breaking it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one out, and then we'll check this one out as well. All right, so I just found out on this, if you just twist this like that, it comes right out. It's got little tabs in it that it just slides into, and then you rotate and hook into place. All right, still working on this. All right, so finally got this one loose. Basically had to come in from the front up here, right there, and then pry backwards and like this, and then it finally came loose. And there's one bolt there, so we should be able to take that one out. So this is what it should look like. You got this one out, and then you're just gonna do the reverse or the same on the other side. All right, so you have the front dome lights here. So it basically came in from the front, pried backwards, and it popped right out. Then there is just one connection right here that you have to do, and then the whole thing should come down. We're in the driver's side passenger seat. You want to take down this grab handle. So these are going to be 2 10mm bolts, and just ratchet those out, and then you're going to take this off. Passenger or rear dome light, you are going to just pry this open a little bit where it will come out. That's going to drop down, and then 2 Phillips head screws here, and then the whole apparatus should come out with one connection for the electrical. All right, and back here for the cargo area dome light, you put a little screwdriver right in there. You're gonna pry this part out just a little bit, and then it comes right out, and then again 2 Phillips heads, and then it'll come down with just 1 electrical connection. So in the trunk area, you're gonna have 4 of these hooks. It's just a Phillips screw, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You just unscrew all of them and then take this and the trim piece down. All right, so you will notice in the headliner you have, I think there are 4 of these total. I didn't find any really good easy way to get them out. I actually broke this one here and this one back here as well. Just do the best you can, I guess. I can't imagine they're gonna be that much once you have to put the headliner back up to replace them. So just do the best you can, and if you have to break them, and then just make sure you replace them. All right, moving on. In order to make enough room here to get the headliner past, you're gonna want to take the covers off of your seat belts, and these are gonna be 14mm bolts, so you're gonna have to take those out, and then you can move this away from the wall to get this down a little bit easier. I was saying earlier, so right here, you see 1 clip right up there, which has to come out, and then you basically pull this whole thing away. And then if you look over there in the corner, the black bottom piece kind of connects right there, and you're just gonna pull that out and away, and then this whole piece will come out, very similar to that side over there. And then we're just gonna continue moving all the way forward, and then hopefully drop this thing out. All right, so obviously I already got it undone here, but this is for the middle seat belt for the passengers. So basically I got these 2 hooks in the back undone, and then once I got those undone, I just was pulling straight down on it, and as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3 clips here, and then there's also this front clip. That one wasn't that big of a deal, but it's really getting these 2 released, and then you could pull straight down. But if you pull straight down, do it evenly front and back, and these clips should release, and then you're left with a clear shot up there. So basically everything that keeps the headliner up has been taken off, and then so now we just have to go around and start figuring out how to take these pieces off all the way around, so then we can pull the headliner down and then check out where those bolts attach. All right, so we got pretty much all the pieces done. Obviously the headliner is not dropped all the way, and the reasoning because is, let's see if we can show you here. All right, so see that right there? I don't know what you want to call that, a bolt or whatever, but that is where the bolts that hold the wind deflector and the roof rack, that's where they go through and they attach. The problem is this one right here corresponds to this one right here, not any on the wind deflector. Well, if you look under here, there's that bolt, and then there's a beam which basically covers all the access points to where the bolts for the wind deflector would be. So what does that mean? Means as of right now, we can't solve the problem. So what that means is basically what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna go get some drill bits, from some metal drill bits, and then I'm gonna basically, where you saw that beam that was crossing over, I'm gonna drill access points into there so where I can see those little bolts that come down. And then we're just gonna go from there. So we're just gonna take a pause for today, hopefully pick right back up tomorrow and continue this video, figure that out, be able to see what we need to see, and then get this job done. So stay tuned. Welcome to day 2 of sorting out the Xterra. I went to the local hardware store and got a drill bit, 1 1/4 inch, to make access holes so we can sort out our bolt issues for the roof rack. In order to allow more room for the drill to fit, to be able to make the access holes, we're gonna have to drop this headliner down a little bit more. In order to do that, right here we have the tubing for the rear windshield washer fluid. So basically there's a point where it connects right here at the front. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that. Hopefully it doesn't make too big of a mess. That will allow the headliner to drop down more, where we can get the drill bit in there and then go ahead and make our holes. And then hopefully we will have good eyesight to what we need to fix, and we can either tighten them up or take them out or whatever it needs to be. I'm not really sure what it's going to look like when we get in there because like I said, I've never done this before. But enough talk. Let's go ahead, drop the headliner and drill those holes. Just got finished drilling out one of the access holes. That white drill bit there, I had originally tried that, but the teeth just couldn't get a good grip. So I wasn't making much progress. So I went back to the store and bought this kind of arrowhead looking drill bit, and it got through the metal a lot quicker. And I think at the max diameter, it's like 1 1/8 inch, which is more than enough for what we need here. So let's go ahead and go up in here. Oh yeah, real quick. So as you can see, there's a lot of shards of metal. Make sure you have long sleeves, glasses, and probably gloves on as well, because as that thing spins and this metal chips off, it's pretty hot. So I kind of found out the hard way. All right, so let's see if we can get up in here so you can see. So that was the first hole. You can see we were a little off there, but then the second hole, we're right on. So just like all the other ones, there is the culprit, and there's the guy that we're looking for. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of corrosion up there around the top where it meets the roof. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue once we try to get this thing loosened up. But that is it for as of right now. I'm going to try to use my 10mm socket to hold it in place and then get the bolt out from the top and see if that works. And if so, then we'll go ahead and drill in our next access hole for the next bolt and then do that as well. And then hopefully either figure out a way to anchor those down better to where they don't spin, or figure out what we're going to have to do to make them tighter, so when we do put in the bolts and we try to take out the bolts again, it's not going to be an issue in the future. All right, so let's just hang tight and we're going to go ahead and do that, see if we can get that bolt out. All right guys, this is the end of day 2. As you can see, we have made some pretty good access holes. Even with those access holes, the bolts were not wanting to budge. I tried different tools to hold the locking mechanism that is underneath the headliner while trying to remove the bolts from the top, and it just wouldn't budge. And no matter what I used, no matter how hard of a grip I had on it, as soon as I tried to remove the bolt from the wind deflector, the locking mechanism underneath just kept spinning. So basically what I could do is I could get a Dremel and just cut it off altogether, pull the bolts out, and go from there. However, even if I do that, I will not have a way to then secure the wind deflector back to the roof, or I won't have a way to lock anything down if I wanted to put on a new roof rack, because most of the roof racks that I've been looking at use the factory holes. And one of the reasons, and I'm not really sure if I really explained this thoroughly at the beginning, but the big issue here is that once you take that bolt out from that locking mechanism under the hood or under the roof, it basically is an open conduit from the outside to the inside. So if you don't have a bolt going down in it to close it up, the environment can get in. So basically, unless I just wanted to run this in the summertime in sunny weather, it's not really going to be a lot of good to me if I can't fix this issue. So this isn't going to be the end of the video. Actually, we're going to just stop here for the day. I'm going to call a body shop, see if they've heard anything about this, or if they feel that they can lop those off and put something in their place, so I can have a locking mechanism for my bolts, so everything will be back to normal. I could do some of this myself, but I just feel that at this point in time, and wanting the vehicle for recreational use in a timely manner, it's better to let a professional go at it. I will keep you updated if they let me come in and do some filming while they're working on it. I definitely will try to get as much footage as possible. But like I said, I'm going to call a local auto body and collision shop tomorrow and then see what they say, see how soon they can get the Xterra in there, hopefully fixed up. And then because there's other modifications, especially I know I've been talking about suspension, wheels, tires, and stuff like that, I've been wanting to get done. And it will get done, but I got to get this fixed so I can go sit back outside so I can bring my other car back in, and then so we can properly use this vehicle how it's supposed to be used. So basically, the next clip should be me detailing whether we're going to the body shop, if they fixed it, if they can fix it, and what's going on. Well guys, I've gone about as far as I can go with this vehicle. Many tries to get the bolts unstuck and just to no avail. So as you can see, I'm in my stripped down Xterra right now. I'm on the way to a Nissan dealership where they said that they should be able to cut them out and fix the issue. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing right now. Hopefully within the next week they'll have everything all fixed and sorted, and then I can show you the work that they did, and then we can get the headliner back in and get to doing more modifications on the Xterra. All right guys, it is the next day back from the Nissan dealership, and they did help. Just not to the extent that I wanted. Here's some pictures. I'll actually show you what they did. So basically what they did is they took the rib nuts that were loose in there, they drilled them out, and then they were actually able to save the bolts that went down in them, and then they put the bolts back, and they used nuts to keep them in place. And while this does help and gets rid of the rib nut issue, it's only a temporary solution. So basically we're gonna have to find some other means to get this fixed and repaired. And with that kind of sad disappointment, that's actually going to end this video. And if you're like me, you like to see something come to a completion, and we will get back to this. We will make sure that it gets repaired properly so we can use the factory holes once again. But as of right now, I have reached out to several auto repair and fabrication shops to see if they can help. And so far, everyone that I have sent the pictures to has told me that they cannot do the work. So basically, if you've had an issue like this, and I'm hoping that somebody has and they have a solution for it. My buddy actually has a rib nut gun, and I've looked at some other solutions that could potentially work, but I don't know how well it will be for the long haul. And I'm gonna need something that's gonna stay in there, and it's gonna be permanent so I can put the headliner back up. So if you have any experience with this, or you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to read those and just kind of go from there. Also, if you found this video to be somewhat helpful with some of your own issues, please give it a like. Be sure to share it if it can help any of your friends out. And stick around because we are about to do the 50 subscriber drawing right after this. All right guys, today's the day to pick our winner. I have enlisted the help of my daughter. As you can see, we are in her room. So right here we have all the names of all 53 subscribers. We're gonna go ahead and mix it up, and she is gonna pick a winner. All right, go ahead. All right, and the winner is...
Who is it?
It is Carlton Harvey. Carlton Harvey. So I will be in touch with you soon to see if you would like that auto parts or restaurant gift card. Again, thank you to each and every one of my subscribers and everybody that's been there from the beginning. Our next giveaway is going to be at 100 subscribers. So if you have friends that might enjoy the channel, go ahead and share it with them so they can be a subscriber too. And as always, thank you for your support, and thank you for watching.